Hello everybody, and welcome to day 24 of SuFamiMas, the final episode of Super Famicom Christmas. And what a better game to end on than the most Christmassy Super Famicom game in my collection, at least. It's Batman Returns. And there's been a lot of Batman Returns games. Was a popular movie and had many games made for it for various platforms. And some of them are radically different than others, but I think this one on Super Nintendo, on Super Famicom in my case here, is probably my favorite of the bunch. Of course, Batman Returns was the second Tim Burton Batman film. And I absolutely lived for the original Batman film back when that was coming out in 1989. And for some reason I never saw Batman Returns until I was an adult. And it wasn't that I was opposed to Batman after watching the Batman movie, because I'm still a huge Batman fan. I mean, how can you not be a huge Batman fan? Even with good or bad iterations of Batman through video games over the years, it's still Batman. And Michael Keaton here as Batman for these first two movies. He made a resurgence with the Flash movie that came out about 2 years ago, I think. Which isn't a great movie, but it isn't that bad. And who is it? It's Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, if I remember correctly, and Danny DeVito as the Penguin. An iconic role, which he plays tremendously. Anyway, some intro they put on this game. It's been minutes long. We should probably get to the game here just about now. In Batman Returns here. Let's hit the start button. Check out the options here, because I just want to make sure that we get as many lives as possible. And let's just stay on normal for now. There's one spot in the game that I'm wondering if we will get to, depending on how long time it takes. But there's one boss fight where I have a tendency to lose all my lives. And Batman Returns here on the Super Nintendo, on the Super Famicom, is a side-scrolling beat-em-up here. We have some tools at our disposal here. We have this thing to swing around with. We have the famous batarangs, of course. And as far as beat 'em up games goes, this is a great one. Batman has a lot of tools at his disposal. Tools as in moves that he can use, as well as the literal tools. His batarang will stun enemies for a second and can be used to take down bikes. Bike enemies in other games can often be frustrating. We can grab 2 enemies, and then 2 enemies right now, but then we can also knock them into each other, which is also a fun little animation, which he does in the movie as well, if I remember correctly. There are a few things from the movie that are referenced in this. You know, apart from the obvious scenes and stuff, I mean, more like in the vein of the moves that you can do. There's one coming up in 5 minutes time here. Also, when there's a close wall here, like here, you can also press up to throw enemies into the background. I don't know if it actually does some extra damage, but it does look cool. And this is where the batarang is useful against these bazooka enemies, as it'll destroy the rockets. Or if it hits the enemy, it'll stun them for a second. Alternatively, we could also have used our rope here to swing into them. We have a jump kick and a downwards thing, full body attack. And a crash attack, both buttons at the same time, which you can see expended a little bit of Batman's health. There's also a block button on the shoulder here, where we still take damage, but of course a lot less damage than we would normally take. But it's not really worth doing against most normal enemies here. Knock through 2 of the fat guys together here. Motorbikes. Trying to ruin the day. And then there's these sections here, where we only are able to move on a 2D plane, and where we shoot the batarangs. And now they do enough damage to take out enemies. So it kind of turns into a run and gun game. A difficult run and gun game. Still use my block, maybe it's useful against those jumping guys. And here's a scene that's also in the movie, where he pulls out the wall behind the bad guy. He's like, "You missed!" And he's like, "No, I'm Batman. And then the Batmans. Anyway, stun gun clown here. Being some real trouble. And we saved Vicky Vale. That is Vicky Vale, isn't it? I forget. No, sorry, that's not Vicky Vale. That was the first movie. This is obviously the lady we saved. Selina Kyle. Who eventually becomes Catwoman when she's thrown off a roof and lands in some cat litter. And gets bitten by some cats. What a weird turn of events, but hey, people change personality when they hit their head. It's not that uncommon. But usually, other characters, they've been exposed to radioactive stuff or crazy chemicals. She just bumps her head and then becomes crazy. Crazy and out for revenge. Anyway, we're back here on the 2.5D plane. And ready to beat up some more clowns. And the game's pretty relentless with the attacks, as you can see. They are not afraid of running up and punching Batman. And then we have a guy throwing bombs around. While this motorbike here is harassing us and taking out our lives. Excuse me. Cat got my throat. Could switch to the bat rope to see what that looks like, but I'm not really having success using it here. But as you can see, it helps punch some enemies into the ground. But the batarang is more tactically useful. Against the motorbikes. And we've got a knife throwing engine. Or Native American, if you will. Sorry, not too culturally sensitive up here in the Danish language, I guess. That I have to translate in my head. Sorry, the Christmas spirit really gets to my throat today. Gotta abuse this jumping move more. That's pressing down and punch while you're midair to do that sort of attack. And let's not try and jump directly into the enemy's fire. And here's a part where the block might be useful. We do take a lot of damage. Yes, not easy to get through. And now the building's on fire. So this is where we want to start using the grappling hook to move quickly past everything. And try not to get too burned. Crispy Batman here. Let's just walk past this guy. We can. Tall clown. It's really impressive how much Konami got out of this game, because something like the tall guy and the next boss coming up, they're only seen briefly in like the first minutes of the movie. But they were paying attention and were able to turn them into an entire bad guy for this game. Which is great, because some of the other games, other Batman Returns games, aren't as faithful. They just use like generic bad guys instead of the clowns that you see from in the early parts of the game. Walk straight into that one. And now I'm just walking into every attack here. Those bazooka enemies really have a kind of a wide range on their attacks. And then we have some full health, just when we were doing okay. Oh, sorry, just when we were losing a life and had no need for health. And here we have our second boss, which is also seen super briefly in the movie. The classic strongman. And you cannot stun this guy with batarangs. That'll just knock him back. Gotta get in there and punch him. But hey, batarangs great for spacing, so you have time to take out the smaller guys. Even though they keep spawning in indefinitely. So between waves you gotta try and get in and not get hit. Let's move up and move down. So that's the way you gotta do it. Gotta kind of circle the enemy. Get at him from an angle. And strongman down. You're not the mayor? Things change. You don't really think you'll win, do you? I'm Batman. Meow, for no reason. And I'm not doing too hot here on normal. It is a typical Konami challenging game here. So I don't know if I have enough lives here for Catwoman. But she's the boss I was talking about. Can really... It's like one of the most brutal beat 'em up bosses I've ever witnessed. I mean, she's so fast and hits so hard. More of these clowns. Anyway, onto the rooftops. And way to lose a life there, Batman. See, gotta be way faster. To probably swing across. Especially against this barrage of flaming torches. I'm almost tempted to just let myself die so I can use a continue and then start over. Start Catwoman over here with full health. And some more lives. So yeah, just mash across. That's the way not to waste your lives by falling. Man, these tall clowns. These clowns, man, I tell ya. Just skip across here. Okay, so this is a Catwoman boss fight. And this is where we want to use our third tool, the bombs here, where you kind of hit block. Yes, he's super fast. Look at how much health he takes down. 2 hits, and that's a life gone. So let's just keep using bombs here. And we're out of bombs. And out of lives. Soon, at least. Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Ah. See, that fast and hits that hard. It's not hardly fair. Maybe a swing will help us out? No? She's not even taking normal damage yet. Oh, there we go. I might actually be able to make it before we lose our last life here. Ah, nope. Do we have one more life? Do we have one more life? Nope, that was it. So close. Anyway, that was Batman Returns for the Super Famicom. And I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all of the episodes here for December. I hope you had as much fun watching as I had playing. And I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.